Ooh, what's up, my Trinbago Vibes peeps? Welcome to another episode of Trinbago Vibes. Right now we are heading down Point Fortin. Right now we on the Southern Main Road. Well, what this part is what we call Mosquito Creek. Us locals will call it. We're heading towards the creek because is Mosquito Creek we're heading towards. And after we pass the creek, we'll be heading on the new highway, heading down to Point Fortin. Well, at least close enough, more like the roundabout, just before Point Fortin itself. So in this one, we are going to see how much time is saved by using the new incomplete highway down to Point Fortin from Urupuch Junction versus the good old Southern Main Road. Yeah, now this part of the highway they have to fix. There's a whole bacchanal in itself, and that's a whole nother story for some other time. And we'll go back into two lanes in a bit after this single lane. So for the first half of this video, we'll basically be driving along the Southern Main Road, so we're starting from Urupuch Junction, Faisaba Junction, and we go down to the roundabout just before Point Fortin itself. That's the first half of this video. We're gonna time that, and then for the second half we are hitting the new highway. So stay tuned. This one is a little different, but this is also what we do here on the channel, everything Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, by the way, big up Gewandass Doubles. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link of it in the description below. Gewandass, right by this roundabout. We are passing right after Annans. So yeah, if you continue straight on the right hand side, you'll continue along the new highway, which you'll eventually link back to the Southern Main Road just after Brea. Yeah, the highway ain't really finished, but more on that later on. For now, we are taking the left turn off by Urupuch Junction, as this would have been the original route to reach down Point. Now, to the left is Pepper Village going down Faisabad side. To the right is where we go in, Southern Main Road. So we're passing Aripero, Rossi Lac, and yeah. The timer starts now. Now, the Southern Main Road is a single lane dual carriageway, and as a result, we may be kept back with slower vehicles along this route or any other factors that may hamper the flow of traffic, and as a result the timing would increase taking this route. So it's not really a perfect time, but it's more like an average, so to speak. Yeah, so we're driving through Dow Village at the moment, and although this is a driving video, here on the channel we like to share some knowledge, so I say why not talk about some road etiquette here in Trinidad and Tobago in this one as well. So peeps watching on the outside, you would realize that we drive on the left lanes here, and our vehicles are right hand drive, meaning that the driver is on the right hand side of the vehicle, and one should use their indicator when making a turn. Alright, so we're making a right here. If we continue straight, is the Mondesi Road that will carry you back to Faisabad side. So yeah, also a point to note, right, with the new highway intersects with the Southern Main Road. So at some point we'll have to drive on the new highway, right? I mean, we are going to drive the new highway the later half of this video, but along the Southern Main Road, for us to get to Point Fortin, we'll have to intersect with the new highway in a sense, and you'll see what I'm talking about later on. Also, shout out you all for giving me this suggestion. You all wanted to see the new Point Fortin highway, and I mean, it's an interesting concept, not just to go and drive on the highway, but to just give you this comparison between driving the normal route, which is here right now, the Southern Main Road, and how much time will be spent. And you see, once again, we have to slow down because parts of the road, this is probably done by WASA. Yeah, that's the Water and Sewerage Authority here in TNT. But spots like those requires you to take your time to cross it or wait for the oncoming cars on the next lane to dodge it, and that could increase the time taken to reach down to Point Fortin, like incidences like that. But anyway, big up you all for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't done so, please do so. Here we explore everything Trinidad and Tobago, and you will also see some of the other food spots we had along this road as well. This is along the Southern Main Road with Aripero right now. See what I mean when you have to take your time to, you know, dodge some potholes on this road? And we're lucky that there's not too many cars right now, otherwise this would have been some traffic. Anywho, we're gonna pass Slim's barbecue now, and after that is Bumpy's barbecue. On the right hand side, yeah, that orange building. So yeah, further down the road is Wally's Smokehouse, and if you haven't seen those videos yet, I will leave a link of it in the description below. All these are food spots that we hit already on the channel, so you can check that out. We're in Rosila right now, and after with this we are heading towards Brea, you know, home of our Pitch Lake, Carrot Shed Beach and Similar Chef's Pizza. If you haven't seen those, I'll leave a link again in the description below. As you can see, we have covered a good bit of food spots along these routes, so in case you want to drive down here, you have numerous options to choose from. So if you want to see the reviews on those, just check the description below for all those links. So yeah, we drive continues, and it's surprisingly some good weather here, boy. And yeah, as I predicted, trucks. And this part of the road, that is horrible. When rain falls, right, because of how the road condition is, it'll be horrible in terms of water collection as well. But yeah, by the way, sorry if like the footage, all you see is behind a truck. I can't help that because this is just a random drive down here. So yeah, we're in Brea, approaching the big corner where you can visit the Pitch Lake. Yeah, right here. Right. Yeah, I did pull aside there because I had to, you know, change batteries on the camera. And when that happened, the bus that we overtook early in this one came back and overtook us. Right, so we still in Brea, the estate part. So yeah, so if you go left, that's where TGU is, you know, the power plant that powers the whole island, twin island, so to speak. And yeah, and right here as well, now go down to the port side, but that's more industrial. Continuing along this southern main road. So after Brea, we'll be entering or passing Vesini, right? And I think right after Vesini is where we hit the new highway, in a sense. Basically going across the highway right after Vesini. Ooh, I hear that sound. A bike looks like it's overtaking. Yep, so lots of interesting events along this route. You know, we overtook a bus, ended up behind a truck, then the same PTSC bus jumped ahead of us, and it's over 20 minutes now we're driving along the southern main road. By the way, to the right here is the entrance to Vesini Beach, which we'll do one of these days, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Yeah, Trinbago Vibes. And right on top there is the Vesini High School or college. Alright, let's skip ahead for a bit. Boom! Looks like the motorbike overtook the bus. Anywho, so when you come down the new highway, as you'll see later on in this video, you'll actually come through here, and you have to come on right now because they haven't finished completed properly. They got the cows on the side road, so you have to pass through here, right? So if you had continued on the highway, you'd have pop out here eventually, and you have to go along the southern main road before you get back onto the northern part of the highway. They're still working on that extension between the two pieces, so eventually you won't have to pass through here again. And probably when they do complete that part of the highway, we might do something, another drive through, if that's what you all enjoy. So yeah, so let me know again in the comments below what you all think of this one. Sometimes it's a little different. This one is, I would like to say, is you know, Trinbago Vibes peeps suggestion. So like I said, I will read through these suggestions. Some of them I'm able to do, some of them may require some more planning, others I just won't be able to do right away. I just had to like probably save up for a bit and then do these different videos. But yeah, I hope you all appreciate the kind of drive that somehow people have to do on a daily basis, especially with this one. So that I think that new highway is definitely a game changer. Like before, to go down from San Fernando to say Brea, right, used to take like half an hour and thing just to reach along the main road. But when they build that highway and open it up, man, you reach along Brea in 9-10 minutes from San Fernando, if so long. And this is driving within the speed limit here, by the way. So yeah, I'll assume that it will be something similar with the new highway run. And by the way, on the left hand side, you can see the unfinished part of the highway. And to be honest, I'm not sure when it will finish. But yeah, so they still have works ongoing to get that done. So all of this video is a video showcasing the new highway, right, which is coming up. It's really and truly, it ain't complete yet, so it's still, you know, what currently exists right now in 2023. So yeah, so this roundabout here is where we continue with the new highway. Now, all you gotta do is follow the bus, where the bus is going. Okay, the bus is going along the main road, right? If you make this bend here, we are heading back to the southern main road. This is the original route of what we would have done. As you can see up there is where the new highway would come and meet the current highway that continuing that one. You'll see later in this video. Right now we in Guapo. Watch out for those potholes. And on the right hand side is Guapo Police Station. And you know, come to think of it, I think the highway actually cutting across Guapo, because I'm not sure where the border between Vecini and Guapo is. If you do know this, let me know in the comments below. But yeah. Alright, we're still in Guapo and we'll be passing a coffee spot that we tried earlier this year. Yeah, right opposite the gas station. Right on the right hand side here is Guapo Coffee. So in case you haven't seen that video, I'll also leave a link to it in the description below. Guapo Coffee, you know, could I stop for some coffee? Alright, no, we're doing this drive. Let me focus on this drive, because we're timing it. So yeah, from the time you see that, we are closely approaching like Point in a sense. So cue the music once again. And voila! This is where the new highway meets the southern main road. And that there, where that bus is going, will take us down to Point Fortin. Right, so from Oropush Junction to the Point Fortin roundabout takes 34 minutes and 41 seconds. Let me say 35 minutes to just round it off easily, because that could give or take, right? So 35 minutes to do from Oropush Junction to Point Fortin roundabout via the southern main road. All right, let's head back now and hit the new highway in this episode of Trinbago Vibes. Yeah. So right now the timer is 0 and I'm going to hit this now. Let's begin. Let me see how long it takes for us to actually reach down the road on the new highway itself. Trinbago Vibes. So yeah, immediately is like a whole different scene. Like, if you are familiar with it and you haven't visited here for a long time, if you missed that turn off on the left hand side there to go down on the southern main road, you will be on the new highway. Eventually you'll end back up on the southern main road, because as you saw earlier in this one, the new highway is not complete. And yeah, so basically is all this, imagine all this right now that we are driving to was just vegetation and whatever, probably agricultural land and whatnot. So I could just imagine what this was like. They would have crossings, like roads crossing, like Delhi Road, Mondesi Road, everything in between, further down as we go, or even Grants Road and all these spots that I'm calling. Yeah, you would have spots like that. And they'll do things like this bridge we upcoming here. You know, that would have been one of the old roads here back then before this new highway was built. So yeah, so imagine all this would have been hills and the grade down and everything. So yeah, now here in Trinidad and Tobago, right, the age limit to drive is 17 years. So once you are 17 years, you can go and get a learner's permit and, you know, have driving lessons and whatnot. But to officially drive on our roads, you need a valid driving permit or license from the country office or wherever it issued from. I don't think you need an international driving license, or you need, you know, to get one down here once you reach. I think once you have a valid driving permit or license from wherever you reside, for those of you who gonna visit Trinidad and Tobago, right, it should be fine once you go and rent a car. And of course you must have insurance. You have to take insurance because those are the legal requirements needed to be on the roads of Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, so it starts at the age of 17, and yeah, so all we're doing in this one is we're driving through the new highway at the moment. You know, I indicate this by just rocking the shades. However, on the same t-shirt, you know, consistency is key. So you can see at this point, yeah, the highway already continuing up ahead. So I'm not sure where that will go. Probably the bay, for all I know. I'm not sure. Or it might continue to Point once it's open to the public. But for now, we continue on the right here, which will definitely take us to Fessini/Guapo. But yeah, with this, we continuing along the highway. You'll see some barrels here. Here you could go back down to, this is the Mondesi Road. So at some point, Mondesi would have crossed here. And yeah. Also a point to note, right, and feel free for those of you who know this better than me, and you could correct me in the comments below, but apart from having a valid driving license / permit, right, you also need, for those of you who are not citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, you need to have your travel documentations on you. Like, so in case any police stop you, you must have a valid driving permit, and by valid, it has to not be expired. You have to have insurance. And for those of you who are non-citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, you have to have your travel documents, in a sense. Probably your passport could work. So yeah. So right now we are approaching, like, I had a point where they did finish only up to this point, and you had to turn off here to bash through, like to go around, because they didn't finish the underpass here. But we continuing straight. So yeah, I had a point we started to go up on this hill and come across, but this time we just driving through, and it is unobstructed. I'm driving at 100 kilometers per hour, the speed limit right now on the highways. And speaking of 100 kilometers per hour, right, I am just going to give a little grievance, give a little rant, right? Let me know in the comments below as well, like, if you have experiences and what grievances you have driving on the roads of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, we ain't talking about the bad roads, because we saw some of that earlier. At least I hope you did when we went down the southern main road. And that is a whole different ball game, whole different story. That is something altogether differently. But the speed limit here is, you know, 100 kilometers per hour. Just now you'll see there's signs along the highway saying keep left except when overtaking, because the right lane is our fast lane, the faster lane, right? So the left lane is you can drive whatever speed you want. Now the grievance I have, and forgive me if I'm speaking so quickly, because I know this is like a short drive. Look, we done approaching the Brea Fessini is a kilometer away. So the grievance I have is sometimes you have people driving on the right lane, cruising under 100 kilometers and keeping back a line of traffic. People, if you are driving on the right lane and people are overtaking you on the left lane, please get on the left lane. You know, be considerate. Do not keep back the traffic flow. That's all I have to say. about that, you know. Be considerate, especially on the roads. Don't be driving bumper to bumper with somebody. Sometimes if they make a hard stop, you have to make a hard stop, and then that alone would cause everybody to like slow down and stop, and that's how like macro traffic, that's how like OBR traffic is start. So oh yeah, and well, this part of the highway ain't finished, so we have to turn off here. So yeah, so we still on the highway, except well, I guess this will be a turn off to go Brea and Bethany once they finish the rest of the highway. Now all this parts would head down to Point Fortin directly. I know this for sure. So this part here is like, if you want to take the highway and head down to Brea and Bethany, I'm sure it'll take a much shorter time. I wonder, boy, because we already see how long it takes from, you know, driving from Roundabout Junction straight down to Point Fortin along the southern main road. So it'll be interesting to go back and check the timer to see where we at. So at this point we are approaching the spot where we have to go back onto the southern main road. And yes, we are back. We skip ahead to this roundabout. Before we just following a bus to the left. Now we're going around the roundabout and continuing down the highway. Let me see where we timer is at. The timer is at 11 minutes so far. And we see in Southern Main Road, number 8 road, exit 1 kilometer. So from here straight down to Point Fortin, it's not gonna take long at all. I hope you all enjoying the views, especially the drone shots and everything in this one. Don't forget to hit the like button, and you know, it's pretty cool to be in a circle up here on the screen, so the focus is solely on the road. You know? Yeah, Trinbago vibes. Now before I reach Point Fortin, another thing I would like to add to like driving here on the island is that, you know, seatbelts. You'll see me on with a seatbelt. Seatbelts are required for people in the front seats, right? So include the driver and the passenger on the left. It's not required for those in the back, right? So that is a point to note, and we almost there. Also, it is illegal to drink and drive. It is illegal to drive bareback. Enough about that. You see, the highway ends in 400 meters. So let's see where we at right now. Right now we on almost to 15 minutes for this drive. Yeah, that's pretty cool because, you know, Trinidad, especially down on this side, is known for its oil. So where's that Rocha La Morel roundabout? Yeah. You all see that? 15 minutes. That's how long it took us to reach from Roundabout Junction to Point Fortin roundabout. I'm not going into Point Fortin. This is just a drive along the new highway. So compared to the 34 minutes we took before, that saves us what, 19 minutes? So that 19 minutes difference between taking the southern main road and the new highway. Right now, that is the current state. I mean, some of you may argue that short distances and that short time, but trust me, that 15 minutes makes a huge difference. Basically from, like, say San Fernando to that point is what, 5 minutes? If so much. So like we say, if you're coming from San Fernando, you might take 20-25 minutes as compared to like 40 to 45 minutes, 90 minutes, almost 20 minutes you save in this drive. So hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button and let me know what you all think in this one. Go on later. You know, it just occurred to me, right? I could have done like heading down to Point Fortin one way, which we just did, and then, you know, the time taken from Point Fortin back to the Firebar Junction, so to speak. So yeah, so